Yeah, we had to have a heart to heart. I had to sit down with Joe after our last podcast and talk to him about the point of a podcast is to talk into the microphone so that it records.
He was not happy with me.
I was very upset. And then I had to sit down and think to myself about how I can't use the phrase, the thing is, or another thing is.
No. Do me a favor, keep using it.
I was so embarrassed.
No, I used it too, by the way. Remember?
Oh,
I mean, it's no big deal. Who cares?
Anyways, let's get started. We said tonight we would do a true introduction to who we are.
Okay.
So Joe, why don't you start, and then I'll follow up.
All right. I'm Joe. Trey was saying yesterday, pretty much only introduced us to our occupations, would crack me up. But as you all know, I live in Cornhole, Arizona, and I got a pretty hot wife named Lindsay. Maybe I should say more than pretty hot. Like that sounds like she's really hot. And then I got these kids. 2 of them are in here right now, but my oldest is Natalia, and that's Trey's wife. And then we got Colby, and then we got Kaya, which I have no idea where she is. She's our only kid that's not an adult yet.
Yeah, so that's Joe and his family, and then there's me. There's Trey. I married Tally, and I can see her visibly cringing over here. And then we have our son Jack, who at the time of recording this is 9 months, and then we have Carl, who's a year and 9 months.
It's unfortunate that Jack's not on this podcast like our pilot.
No, he couldn't hang. He's got to understand that sleep comes first.
Yeah.
Last night after recording, we went home and he didn't sleep very well, so he's in trouble. Okay.
Jack's Jack's a unique kid in the way, in my opinion. Maybe it's just because I'm his grandpa, but I never seen a kid that had as many expressions as Jack and who can, at his age, mimic.
Oh yeah, well as he does. It's insane.
It's like this morning. I mean, any little, because he was in a mood, like a good mood. I mean, and Jack's usually in a good mood. At least I shouldn't say that, but
he's always in a good mood.
But he was this morning big time, and I just, whatever I did, a blue raspberry, he does it. I do this, I do that, I do this. But the one thing he won't do is if I say grandpa, 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 grandpa.
Yeah, unfortunately, the word side of things, he's not great at mimicking.
Oh, well, he is, though, a little bit. This morning, Lindsay put him in the crib, and before I went to work, and then he got up, finished his bottle, and he was going, Dad, Dad. Dad, Dad. Does he do that often?
Yeah, I can't tell if he's doing that for me or if that's just a sound that he enjoys making. I think it's the latter, but
well, I think he might be saying Dad, Dad, honestly.
Just when I'm tired or whatever, I act like it's for me so that it makes me feel better about myself.
Right.
All right, Joe. Podcast segment number 1.
Okay.
What are we into these days?
What are we into these days?
I
like that. I'm into Lindsay.
Oh.
No, I don't know. You started. And I am into her, by the way.
Well, if that's the case, that lovely lady sitting next to your wife. Wow.
Yep. Everyone's throwing up.
I know. What am I into these days? I go to work. So just based off of time spent on activities, I'm averaging over 80 hours at work.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, 80 hours in a pay period, so every 2 weeks. So a little over 40 hours a week.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I don't want to work that much.
Well, that's plenty.
Yeah.
But I was talking to a lady today on my route.
Yeah.
And she has a son that lives in Sweden, I think. And anyway, I was talking to her. I was asking about him because he's my age. And she was telling me one of the reasons he lives over there is because it's not like here when it comes to work. He gets 2 months off a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's not, I mean, Europe does kind of take it easier when it comes to stuff like that. And honestly, I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
I want to introduce siestas to America.
Heck yeah. That's one of the greatest ideas we've ever had.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted you though. What else you got a top four going on?
Oh, I wasn't even say top four. Just what am I into?
We're not doing a top four.
Sure. Work is number one. Number two is going to Walmart with Tally and Jack.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Number three is Fortnite with the boys.
That's right.
That one makes me feel younger than I am. Makes me seem a lot more immature, which I am immature. I won't try to act like I'm not.
Shout out some of those boys.
Shout out some of those boys. We've got Stephen Brimhall. We've got Bradley Smith. We've got Tanner Willis. We've got my cousin Gian Jones.
All right, and
Kingston Jones.
And who's the worst at Fortnite out of those guys?
I'm by far the worst.
Is that true?
Oh, by easily. I am easily the worst at Fortnite. Okay. I've even played with Colby, and Colby at 2 weeks of being home was better at Fortnite than I was.
Yeah, he builds. I played with him before, and he builds these walls that I can't even start in 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, it's impossible.
All right, that was three. You need to go four.
Four. I would say whatever recreational sport Snowflake and Taylor, recreational department have going on. So whether that's softball, volleyball, I think they're getting rid of flag football, so I can't really say that one.
It's a good list. Criticism though. Okay. I think Walmart should have been number one, of course.
True. In terms of enjoyment, I think I go number one Walmart.
You like to go to the toy aisle?
As a kid growing up, I really didn't get to go to that aisle.
Wow.
We were strictly the produce side. Okay. I didn't even know Walmart sold clothes.
Nothing wrong with that, You're just getting healthy. Produce side.
I say produce side. I just mean when you walk in, you go to the left. Yeah, groceries. There we go. The Salfers family lasagna. I don't know how healthy that is, but
yeah. All right. So we got some. Oh wait, I got to do.
Yeah, it's your list.
I don't have that in my head really, but I'll just go ahead and say my number one is right now. Not usually.
Okay.
As Trey knows. Trey knows what my number one is, but I'm guessing. Go ahead and just say it right now.
I would say watching Sopranos.
It's got to be that, right?
Yeah.
But that's not my number one right now, only because I'm rewatching Lost.
Ooh, so Lost has overtaken it.
Well, no, not when it comes to it's better. But
no, just I'm saying right now, if you came, you just got home, we're not recording this podcast, or right after this podcast, you go sit down and you're watching Lost.
So this is one of the few times that I'm not watching The Sopranos because of Lost. But I know this sounds psycho, but I watch Sopranos year long. I watch it pretty much, I'm going to say 340 days a year. And it's the greatest show ever. Okay, but that's not even it. That's my number two.
Sopranos is number two. Lost is number one.
Lost is number one. Sopranos is number two. And now I'm going to just go ahead and say my number three is Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Nice.
I finished it a little while ago for the second time. I got some thoughts about it. I think it's an overrated show, actually. Okay. I think it's really good. But it's not as good as Breaking Bad as everybody tries to say. My number four. Going to Walmart with Lindsay and Kaya.
Ooh. That's a good grab.
We must live in a real small town.
Let's just to give you some insight as to why going to Walmart is on this list. In order to get to Walmart, we have to drive through Belly Button, USA.
And when we get there, we get to check out hot chicks.
Oh, my wife pushing the cart. No, all right. So we've got ourselves another segment here as I accidentally photobombed their selfie they were taking on the couch right there. We've got a segment where this is something that's going to be recurring. This next one, which is a top four list.
I got a compliment for you.
Okay.
You just said recurring instead of reoccurring.
Yeah.
Everybody says reoccurring. Haven't you ever noticed that?
I haven't.
I think I'm just guessing, but it's recurring if you look at the spelling.
I believe it is.
All right. Good job, Joe.
Yeah, great job, Joe. So anyways, recurring segment is, I hope, now that I'm self-conscious, I don't know if that is the right word.
It is.
Okay.
Dude, I know it is. I went to Snowflake High School.
That doesn't bode well for either of us. Yeah, so top 4 lists of all time. We're going to go like in draft order. We've prepared a few items. However, once your item's off the board, you can't take it. And we'll have some surprise guests come fill in their teams.
I keep hitting this thing, so it's probably gonna
Pick up a little bit of like
pick up.
vibration.
Well, I'll stop.
All right. So, does someone in here have a quarter or any coin really? While they look,
I don't think anybody carries around coins anymore.
no. Just I carry around Bitcoin.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Like the fact that I think that I'm rich enough to even own a piece. Oh, you can like hear that.
I won't get too into it, but the latest Bitcoin news, from my understanding, is you don't want to be with Bitcoin.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on with cryptocurrency anymore. A dime.
That's odd right there. All right.
Gotcha. Okay. So Joe, since you're bald or thinning.
Wait, yeah, what are you talking about?
Thinning.
I'm bald?
No, I'm bald. You're thinning, so you'll be heads.
Thinning.
And I've got the bigger butt, so I'll be tails.
All right. That's true.
So whoever it lands on can pick the order. And so
really?
like you can default to go first or second.
Can I pick the list?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
here we go. And it is tails.
That's me.
I was tails.
I know.
Oh. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first, Joe.
Wow.
Just because
gentleman.
I believe that you have something for your number one that I don't, and I'm not like afraid to let you have it.
All right.
So go for it, Joe.
Well, I think we should go ahead and do biggest bust when it comes to athletes.
Of course.
I mean, we actually have ideas on these lists because we're nerds. But
wait, hold on. This isn't just athletes. This is anything.
Oh, I thought it was just athletes.
No, that was kind of the example I gave you earlier.
I got
This can be anything. And you'll see my number 1 or number 2 pick will help like shed some light.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Well, I'll start. Am I going to go all 4 or are we going to go back and forth?
Back and forth.
Okay. My first is Sam Bowie. He's always what comes to my mind when it comes to bust. Unfortunately for him, I haven't looked any of this up, so it's probably all going to be wrong. But I think he was drafted before Michael Jordan. I think Jordan was picked. Was he picked 2? I guess I don't know. He was North Carolina. I know.
Yeah.
That. And anyway, Sam Bowie was picked before him. He was a bust. I think Sam Bowie went to Portland.
Anyways, look that up and send us an email.
Yeah, look that up, Lobos.
Send us an email at tendermerciespodcast@gmail.com.
It's a good idea. Make that real quick for somebody else does.
I already did. It is set up. As of right now, that email is ready to go.
That's good. I'm glad you set it up. Our fans can be malicious, you know.
Yeah. Also, since we're already on that topic, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Small town. I've been listening to too much Small Town Murder. Shout out to Jimmy and James. No, you can follow us on Instagram at Tender Mercies Podcast or Tender Mercies Pod.
Like and subscribe. And share.
All right. So Sam Bowie, number 1 pick. That's a great pick. Just wasn't my number 1. I'm gonna go number 1. It's not an athlete. I'm gonna say X.
X.
I
don't know what that even is.
Everyone knows it as Twitter.
Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good one, actually.
Terrible.
So too bad you ripped me off thinking it was only athletes, but
it's in the notes.
Oh,
any category. I just said it can be from anything as long as we don't repeat.
So what's X a bust? What do you mean?
I think that Elon had this idea that his rebranding of Twitter, an already dominant social media platform, was going to be a good idea. And everyone knows of his fascination with the letter X. And I think that you take something that was already good and try to change it to fit your desires. Not to say that he couldn't do it. I just don't think it was a good idea. And I think that, people still use it, but I don't think that it's got, I haven't heard someone come up to me and say, hey, did you see that latest post on X last night? Did you see that tweet on Twitter last night?
That's true.
So I think that's a bust.
Yeah, that's a good point. First of all, why rebrand something that's already branded to the entire world?
Exactly.
Twitter. And then why rebrand that? Listen, I think Elon Musk might be more successful than me, but
I say it's pretty close.
yeah, but I will say I don't understand that decision either. I think it's an ego decision for sure.
100%.
So, all right, my number 2. I think just because I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan, I was thinking about it, and I'm gonna go Matt Leinart.
Oh man,
when
I was sweating. I thought you were going a completely different route.
Who?
I thought you were going to say Kyler Murray.
Oh no. Listen.
I was sweating.
Where did this come from? Oh, Lindsay got it for me.
Joe's hat. Where did that thing come from?
Yeah. Anyway, so Tebow. Wait, who did I say? Oh, dang it!
Matt Leinart.
I just gave away one of them.
Anyway, he's on my list.
He is?
Yeah, but he's not my number 2.
Okay. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, I looked it up, and he was number 10 overall in 2006. I remember when he came to the Cardinals. Do you remember, Lindsay? She shook her head, yes. I was so pumped.
Okay.
I was like, we finally got the man. I won a Leinart jersey.
Yeah.
Didn't do nothing.
Number 19, though, so you couldn't have won it.
Thank you. That's true. I don't like odd numbers. So that's probably why I didn't. Don't know truth. Yeah. But that's my number 2.
Number 2, Matt Leinart. All right. I'll leave you Tim Tebow because I have another one in my head.
You really had Tim Tebow?
I do. He's my number 3.
I thought about putting him as my number 1, but he's not a number 1 bust.
he's even busting on our lists of busts.
Yeah.
No, number 2 for myself, I'm going to go Zion Williamson.
That's a good choice.
I have never seen somebody receive so much hype to come into the league, to have played, I think, about a season's worth over the course of 5 seasons.
He's been there that long now, huh? Well, obviously it's the weight thing too,
It is, and it's tough because, yeah.
But I mean, come on, he's in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but freaking, you gotta. I don't know what's he doing. I don't get it.
Yeah, but good for him. He's still in the league. They still like him.
He should go on that diabetes thing. What's it called?
Oh, like Ozempic.
Yeah, text him and let him know that Ozempic might help.
Yeah, it might help.
I listen to a lot of podcasts, as we established yesterday. I can't believe the amount of people on that. Everybody. I mean, I hear it's helpful. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah, yeah. There's so Zion Williamson is my number 2.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna go number 3. Well, actually, I guess I'm gonna go Tebow. Pretty incredible quarterback at Florida. I think he was Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida.
And Heisman, I think.
I believe he was a Heisman winner.
So he was hyped up, Also, like uber Christian, which I don't mind. I like, actually. You don't see that very often anymore in sports. So, and it could be uber Muslim. Like, I wouldn't care. Like, if people want to share that, that's fine. That didn't bother me.
Just dedicated to a religion, like
yeah.
he was out on his sleeve about it.
Yeah, who cares if he's praying on the field? It's not a big deal. But he's a bust. He's a complete bust.
Yeah.
He could be my number 1. Honestly, I just like him. I like him.
Yeah, no, he's great. All right, my number 3 is Kwame Brown.
Really?
Yes, and I think that same thing with Sam Boy. I think that he gets a lot of hate because he was a number 1 draft pick. They got to go play with Kobe Bryant.
But I thought he had kind of a decent, I don't listen to NBA much, and I know who he is,
Yeah, but I think that's why people know who he is. Is because of how terrible he was as Kobe's teammate.
So he's overrated for sure.
I think overrated by the scouts.
I keep hitting that thing.
The mic stand keeps rattling in our ears. So
sorry. All right, this is my one. This
last one.
Yeah, he was picked first overall. That's why I decided to pick him. Jamarcus Russell.
I don't even know who that is.
He was Raiders quarterback.
Oh,
you remember?
I do not.
Okay. He was drafted number 1. He was so hyped up, man.
Yeah.
And he went to the Raiders and absolute bust. So my number 4.
All right. This
Let
is
us know what you guys think of our list.
well. I'm not. I have number 4. I have to go. I have one more.
I always say you guys in this thing like I'm talking to a bunch of people.
We
Well, I
are.
guess I am right now.
Yeah, we're talking to a bunch of people.
Yeah, let's set this the stage real quick, Trey.
Hold on. I have one more. I got to do
Oh,
mine,
that's
and then we'll
right.
bring him
I'm
in.
sorry.
Yeah. No. And then, I'm gonna go number 4. Another social media. I'm gonna say Threads.
That's a great one. Trey just threw that at the top of his head, I think.
Yeah, it's not on my list.
I agree. Threads for sure because I actually got on that thing. I haven't ever gone on it back on it. I'm sure to me when I looked around on it, it's just a duplicate of Twitter.
Yeah.
Or X or whatever.
Yeah, with an Insta. See, no, that goes back to my number 1 pick right there. You said Twitter habitually.
Yeah.
And that's why rebranding to X was the biggest bust in world history.
World history. Jeez,
world history.
That's huge. Oh, let's correct something real quick before we bring people in.
Well, no, we'll correct after we finish these lists. We'll
do it at the end.
Well, just after this segment.
All right. I know that. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we have people. Like we said, we have our wives in here as well as Colby and his girlfriend / fiance, unofficial fiance, if you will.
I think it's official. I don't know.
Unofficial because the official proposal hasn't happened.
Well, let's let them tell us.
Oh, we probably shouldn't assign social titles onto them and let them choose for themselves.
Right.
Because if there's one thing that I understand, it's that when you try to assume pronouns, gender, orientation.
Trey going right into the stuff that'll piss off a bunch of people. Go ahead.
Of course. But when you assume that kind of stuff, you're often wrong and you feel silly.
Okay.
So let's not assume. Let's let them decide.
All right. What are we doing? We're talking about our pronouns because we're introducing Colby and Celeste.
I don't even know what their pronouns are. There's so many these days.
Oh yeah, let us know that too, guys.
Anyways, we have 4 people here in the room with us, and we're going to let them each say one bust as they walk out the door to go to Walmart to spend some time.
Oh, they get to go to Walmart?
Yeah, they're going to Walmart without us.
Oh man. All right.
They'll send us videos though.
Come on, Colby and Celeste.
So this is Tally.
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Ooh, that might be the biggest bust in world history.
You're counseled, lady.
No.
You are counseled.
I know we'll have to talk about counseled.
All right. I'm gonna give these headphones to Colby Dial Lyman.
So, but yeah, let me talk about Tally's pick really quick. There was never a world leader except for maybe Donald Trump as hyped up to be the leader of his nation or her nation, either or, and fail so drastically. All right, Colby or Celeste, whoever wants to go first. Biggest bust. We're working on getting earbuds in so they can hear us.
Okay. I was just started thinking of this, and honestly, it's a really hard question. The biggest bust. I don't know. Do you have anything?
No.
Oh. We're not thinking about our answers.
You need to ask us an easier question.
Hey, you guys introduce yourselves.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm Colby.
I'm Celeste.
Hi, welcome, Colby and Celeste.
Hi.
Hi, I'm glad you guys are here.
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
Let me give you some, I guess, categories to help maybe stimulate thought.
Okay.
Board games. Was there a board game that was hyped up that is absolutely terrible? A food, a snack, McDonald's a new item on the McDonald's menu.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
A new employee at work. I don't know.
The McRib is the opposite of a bust.
McRib is a major success.
And nacho fries.
Nacho fries are probably the best.
I don't know if the McRib's coming back because the last time they did it was the farewell tour.
Yeah, but how many times has like AC/DC done a farewell tour? How many times has George Strait ridden into the sunset?
Yeah.
How many times has he made it to Amarillo by morning?
Because I just love the McRib and I love nacho fries. They're so good at like captivating us by taking them away.
Okay, now think opposite of the McRib. What's something that McDonald's put out? Maybe something.
Oh,
what?
The biggest bust was the stupid Grimace meal with the Grimace shake. because
No, that wasn't a buzz.
no,
Hold
it
on,
was.
that's Colby's.
Okay, well, just it might not. It was probably successful. It was super successful probably because everyone heard about it. I thought it was so stupid though because I was going to McDonald's all the time right before the Grimace Shake because they had a buy two get one for $1 meal going on. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think that's what the deal was, and it was the McDouble, the Big Mac, and 10-piece chicken nuggets. You buy one, you get the other one for $1. You would spend about $6 and you get 2 Big Macs.
That's insane.
It was an insane deal. It was so good.
And then the Grimace meal replaced it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they did this meal one time back in, it was like probably September of 2022. And it was amazing. But then they took it away. And then it came back in, it was when I was getting it, it was definitely June, July-ish of 2023.
Yeah.
Going there all the time until one time we go and we're like, hey, can we get do you guys still have the buy two, get one for $1? And they're like, no, we have the Grimace meal now. And it's like $11. It's like, okay. Thanks, McDonald's.
So I loved the Grimace Shake the first time I had it. And then it got sweeter and sweeter, I feel like, as time went on, and I couldn't drink it. It was just too sweet.
I never tried it. I refused to buy it because I was so mad that they took my deal away.
I can respect your morals and your ability to stand for what's right. Celeste.
Mine is going to be a controversial opinion because I feel like, Trey, you will disagree with me on this.
Hey,
but
this is great podcast content.
Olivia Rodrigo's second album.
Oh,
Didn't like it.
I
felt like it was a carbon copy of her first one.
See, I don't even agree. I don't agree with that, but I agree with your take.
Okay, well, like
I am a sour girly.
Me too.
All the way
I love
through.
sour. So good.
And Guts is okay.
Guts
I
is
think that it's
just
good.
okay.
Yeah, I won't lie. Olivia Rodrigo, I love you. I was let down.
Yes. Thank you. I was expecting more.
Yeah, I was let down.
You can't tell me Vampire wasn't a repeat of Driver's License. Just a little bit changed up.
Vampire's okay, but I mean, Bad Idea, right? Great song.
Okay.
All American, and I will bleep that word out. Great song.
Uh-huh.
Great song. My favorite, Ballad of a Homeschool Girl.
Okay.
Great. Right?
Do you like Get Him Back though?
I like the message of the song.
Okay.
I don't like the way it was delivered. And then Teenage Dream. Happy birthday. Blow out the candles. Right?
Uh-huh.
And she's talking about being sad. I mean, great song. But yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm not a huge fan of the second
We were all
one.
expecting a little bit more and it didn't give. That's my
But
opinion.
good thing that Sour is still out there to listen to.
Sour's always constant.
Yes. All right. Now, Lindsay, or unless you guys have any more takes you want to throw out.
No.
All right.
Those
for
were our
letting us on.
takes.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm glad we thought of some.
Hey, everyone, round of
Good ones,
applause
too.
for Colby and Celeste. I meant more of the listeners. Lindsay still has to give hers. She hasn't given hers yet. Controversial take. We're not doing controversial takes. We're doing biggest bus.
Kind of the same thing. Like overrated.
It can be.
Biggest bus.
How about you can do
Either. I'm Lindsay, by the way.
Yeah, this is Lindsay. This is Joe's wife.
Joe's wife.
My mother-in-law.
Coolest person ever. Very humble.
Grandma
No.
of the year.
Exactly.
She's in the running.
Yeah, exactly. So. Exactly. Well,
No, yeah,
so-
she's dominating those polls.
Yeah, Joe, stop. Oh, I hear Jack. He's crying. I can totally hear it.
I can hear the TV.
So my bus might be a little controversial. It might be a little offensive,
Whoa.
but there's a certain podcast. It's brand new
Oh, no.
that
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
jeez. Break
Just
me
kidding.
down right here.
just kidding. I really enjoyed the first podcast. I've listened to it twice already. Honestly, I don't know. I was thinking along the lines of like TV shows.
Yeah.
And more of like the cartoon line because we're like the big Simpsons fans over
Oh,
here.
my goodness. I've seen The Simpsons way too many times.
Yeah, Simpsons is the greatest. Like you should live your life off of Homer Simpson's advice.
I do.
My favorite is he told Marge, "What's with all this cleaning? Are we so vain?" It's like my favorite quote from Homer. But I'm gonna go with Family Guy. Because,
Really?
Yeah, not the biggest fan.
So, a little bit of storage issues. Had to make some do some cleaning in my storage. So Lindsay picked Family Guy, and I'm going to let her explain why.
I mean, if you're gonna watch some good quality cartoon TV shows out there, you got to go Simpsons, hands down. No other choice. I know there's a lot out there. There's Futurama. There's, I don't know, King of the Hill is a good one, but Simpsons tops them all.
Simpsons,
And Family Guy, bust.
Simpsons does, top them all. Futurama's good. And even if we're just going to talk strictly on Seth MacFarlane's work,
Yeah.
I don't even think Family Guy is his best cartoon.
Yeah.
I watch American Dad more than I would watch Family Guy.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
So
It just keeps getting lower, and if a new one comes out, it just bumps it down.
yeah, South
It's
Park.
Simpsons.
Actually, for me, it would probably go
100%.
Simpsons and then South Park.
Yeah, that's a good order.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Lindsay, do you want to go in more into depth on that, or do you want us to bring Joe back?
I think Joe's better at this than me.
Ah,
Don't tell him I said that.
the natural talent's there, though, Lindsay. I wouldn't
Of
count yourself out.
Of course, like I said, I'm very humble, and I don't want to brag about myself.
100%. We're going to let Joe do that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So while they get switched back, I'll go ahead and start explaining our next segment here. We're going to start talking, Joe, a little bit about professional sports. So first, I think we're going to start with the NFL, National Football League.
Okay.
We're not going to talk a whole lot about all the games. We're going to talk about just some of the more local stuff. And then as we get bigger and have a broader fan base that spans more across the country, we'll start making picks and discussing scores and news.
So next
other
week
teams.
we'll do that.
Next week,
Okay.
100%.
All right.
So this week, Joe, we have the Cardinals playing the Bengals at home.
Okay, so Cardinals can beat the Bengals.
Oh, 100%.
They really can. If you want to know the truth, as bad as the Cardinals are, they should be 4-0 right now, or going on 4-0. They should have won those first two games. The Giants game almost made it where I'm not a Cardinals fan anymore.
Yeah, that was rough. No, I agree that I don't know if I would say 4-0. We should be 3-1.
With what loss?
49ers this last week.
Oh, yeah, never mind. You're absolutely right.
But despite the fact that the 49ers are arguably the best team in the league right now, the Cardinals hung in and they tore it up.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that game.
I slept through it.
Yeah.
I didn't. The first game I was able to watch on Sunday was Sunday Night Football.
Right.
I slept through it all. I watched the Jets and the Chiefs. And even then, I watched the second quarter and the first couple minutes of the third, and then I went back to bed.
What do you think about Zach Wilson?
Looking at his stats at that game, if you're a Swiftie, right, and you don't watch a whole lot of football, and you watched that game, you might think that Zach Wilson is better than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes got outperformed.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, obviously he's not.
But so that's where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
If that was your one experience with the NFL because you wanted to see if Taylor Swift was going to MetLife Stadium to watch the game, and you watch that, you're 100% going, wow, the guy in the green shirt's way better than the guy in the red shirt. Maybe Taylor Swift should date the guy in the green. And I agree.
That's a really good point.
I think Zach Wilson and Taylor Swift would make beautiful kids.
That's a really, really good point.
So, anyways, going back to the Cardinals.
Wait, I got to say one more thing about Zach.
Go ahead.
So, I'm a BYU football fan, and this is what I think. I think he has a bad fit with New York Jets. I just think that he needs to go somewhere else, and I think he'd be the starting quarterback on a lot of teams, with no question. The Jets are a whole different thing. They have a weird history. They suck, but they're snobby. And all they ever do, I'm talking crap about about Jets. Like we have any Jets fans listening, but
there could be a lot of Jet fans listening.
Any New York teams.
Hold on, before you say that, Brooklyn Nets. Really?
Well, yeah. Let's look at all their bust. You want to talk about bust? Kyrie Irving?
No, but Kyrie's not there anymore.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm saying currently right now. Do you know who's there?
I have no idea.
Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson.
Oh no, I did know that. Yeah, duh.
And those might be two of my favorite players in the NBA.
Yeah,
I love those guys.
I like Mikal a lot.
Yeah. No, but anyways, you were saying Jets and their history, not very good.
No, that was my whole thought, actually. Good job, Joe.
Hey, great job, Joe. Anyways, so I agree with you. I think that this is a great game. It looks like Joe Burrow got a little shaken up in that last game, had some issues, like with his body. I mean,
He's not a bust.
no, Joe Burrow's not a bust. Behind whoever the Cardinals quarterback is, he's my favorite.
Wait, what?
Behind whoever the Cardinals quarterback is, Joe Burrow's my favorite.
I gotcha. Okay.
I have to say Josh Dobbs because he's starting for the Cardinals. And when Kyler Murray comes back, I'll love Kyler Murray, which I already do.
Dobbs has been fun to watch.
Dobbs has torn it up. He's done way better than I thought he would.
I like the story of he didn't even have any jerseys, and then you saw that, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, no jerseys, no Dobbs jerseys in
Really?
any stores for a while, and
Okay.
then the Cardinals fans started calling for it, and then they put him out like the next day. I have no idea how they do that quick, but it was something like that. I want a Dobbs jersey. Let's make sure he's even though.
He's not. Number 9.
Oh, never
So,
mind.
I'm pretty sure the microphone picked up on this. I don't know where Jack is, but I just heard him in my earphones.
Oh,
so
good.
I know he's here. But anyways, yeah. So Cardinals, I think that they beat the Jets. Dang it. They beat the Bengals.
You think so, huh?
Cardinals beat the Bengals, and I'm going to say 21-17.
All right. I'm gonna go. Cardinals do beat the Bengals. We sound like absolute Cardinals like marks, but we are, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Cardinals are still undefeated in my mind.
Thank you.
Because after we lose, I go to Madden, and I turn the sliders all the way up, and I win 400-0. So Cardinals are 4-0 in my mind.
You should probably let the Cardinals know that.
Yeah, they'll learn.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were going to predict your score.
Oh, I'm going to go. Actually, I think it's going to be low.
Low.
I don't think there's going to be much offense at all. So I'm
Even with Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, especially with Josh Dobbs. I'm going 10-14.
10-14.
Yeah, we got a field goal going on with them, but we just scored 2 touchdowns. That's it, but it ruled. We didn't need to go for the 2-pointer. We just rocked it.
True.
That's what we do all day long.
It is what we do.
What's up, Cardinals fans?
So, MLB talk. We just finished watching a game. First game 1 of the National League, or is it National League? National League wild card.
Yep, absolutely. And D-backs won.
D-backs beat the Brewers.
I love the Brewers jerseys. I always have. They look good tonight. I think Trey might disagree with me on this, but I have no idea why Cardinals ever went to Sedona Red or whatever that.
The Diamondbacks.
Or who did I say?
The Cardinals.
Oh. D-backs went to Sedona Red. Yeah, let's go and make a uniform that looks like 28 other teams. That's a great idea, Bidwells, idiots. What?
Not the Bidwells.
Oh my gosh, I am so out of it. That was Jerry Colangelo at the time. I
gotcha.
Think
I wouldn't know.
Colangelo did a lot for the Valley, man. He really did. I mean, he made the Suns a prominent team. He really did, and won the World Series 4 years and something. I think it was 4 years into have an expansion team, which is really kind of unheard of. So I'm a fan of them. I think the current president is Hall.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Who cares? But whoever it is, change it back to the old jerseys. The turquoise ruled. It was so original.
It looks like that they're slowly transitioning back to that.
I hope so. And maybe it's not turquoise. It's like purple something, but it looks great.
It's purple and turquoise, cyan.
Do you like it?
I love that. I love that color scheme.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. At least bring the colors back.
I think I just went off this mic like for the last 2 minutes. Sorry.
No, you're fine. That's what podcasting is. Sometimes you got to take it and run with it. No, so I could do without the pinstripes from the 2000s.
Oh, really?
I could.
I love the pinstripes.
But I love the colors. So, no, I agree. Let's bring those colors back and let's do something with it.
Long as we're talking about it, do we have any time here?
Oh, yeah, we got time.
Okay, I got a lot of thoughts with MLB.
Okay.
All right. Put in the DH with both leagues is ridiculous, stupid, and moronic. The National League is not a DH division. And pitchers hitting is a part of baseball.
100%. I agree with that.
And it's fun to watch the pitchers hit. It's fun to watch them strike out, really, because that's all they ever do. But sometimes they get a freaking home run or something.
Or even a base hit
Or
in a
base hit.
crucial situation when they shouldn't have.
It happens. I mean,
that's huge.
Listen, these guys have been playing baseball their entire lives. Yeah, they're pitchers and they're Major League Baseball. They can swing a bat.
That's how they got to where they are.
Yeah. So I got that thought with MLB.
What about the soft cushion balls that they came out and admitted that they were using?
I don't care about any of that.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I like it. Like the steroid era, I have thoughts on the steroid era. I was actually sharing them with Lindsay last night.
Okay.
If you're going to put one guy in the Hall of Fame who's done steroids, which Major League Baseball has put in many, many known players who have done steroids. Not many, but like a guy like Andy
Multiple.
A guy like Andy Pettit's gonna probably make it because they like him. Well, Barry Bonds isn't in the Hall of Fame, really.
Yeah, and he's one. And so I really quick to just validate what Joe just said. I mean, I grew up watching baseball, but I grew up. You hear about Michael Jackson. You hear about Michael Jackson. You hear about Michael Jordan. In football, you hear about Bo Jackson.
Right,
you hear about all the all-time greats from all these former sports.
But Bo was playing baseball too.
He was. But I didn't grow up really hearing about the greats in baseball.
Oh, really?
Other than if you were on the 2001 Diamondbacks World Series team, then obviously I heard about you because I was alive at that point and my family talked about it.
Well, that just makes sense.
Yeah, but like in terms of like Barry Bonds, I didn't know who he was until I was older. I remember looking him up.
Shout out to my buddy Ricky Mack. I'm gonna try to do a Ricky Mack shout out on every episode. Big Barry Bonds fan.
And if Ricky Mack doesn't respond to each episode with like a response to how we shouted him out,
he can go.
You heard it here, folks.
So Rick's I don't know if he's a big Bonds fan, but I used to have an argument with him that he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, and Rick is right. It's taken me years and a little maturity. Thank you very much to figure this out. Of course, he should be in the Hall of Fame, or he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But that means nobody known that took steroids. I'm not talking caught. I'm talking known. Gonzo, it's obvious. I mean, he's not Hall of Fame, but I don't think Gonzo was ever caught. Yeah. But go look at his arms in that game right after he hit that ball.
Yeah.
Who cares? By the way, Major League Baseball, how much money did Barry Bonds bring to you people? Probably the most out of any player ever.
Oh, yeah.
Once
I looked him up and realized oh, yeah, people love this guy.
His swing's insane. I mean, it's no Griffey swing.
No, not Ken Griffey swing.
What's your favorite swing? I have two.
When it came to swings, just because this is the era in which I was growing up, was Paul Goldschmidt.
That's actually a really good answer. I mean, I actually love Paul Goldschmidt's swing. I might change it to him now. But I'll go mine, you go, and I go. I'll go Ken Griffey Jr. for sure.
And that's a very common response from people who
grow
got to
up
watch
in
him
my
play.
era. Ken Griffey Jr. didn't matter what team he played for. You were a fan.
Oh yeah.
All
right. That was MLB talk.
No. We got to go with one more swing.
Oh, one more swing each?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm going to go with Corbin Carroll just because of his performance tonight. I'm going to change it.
I like it.
I'm changing it. Ketel Marte.
Oh,
Ketel Marte.
All we got
tonight,
is a D-backs fan right here, which I like.
Ketel Marte tore it up tonight with his swing.
Well, I'm not going to sound like much of a D-backs fan. What did he hit? The winning run?
No, he hit the Diamondbacks hit 3 home runs to get them their first 4 runs tonight.
Is that right?
And Ketel and 2 of them were back to back. First, Corbin Carroll got up, hit a 2-run bomb, and then next batter, Ketel Marte got up and sent a slider out of the park. Set it.
So it was a solo.
Yeah, solo shot.
All right. My second's Bryce Harper. His swing,
great choice.
His swing could be number 1 actually over Griffey. He could. I know it's controversial, but I mean that man. His swing. I'm acting like I'm in love with him. All right. What else do you? think?
All right. Oh,
What else do you think?
are you saying on MLB or should I move
No.
on? Okay, we're moving on.
Sorry.
NBA talk.
All right. So just we'll preface it with Trey is a really big NBA fan. I was a huge NBA fan in the 90s. I know I keep talking about the 90s, but Suns and all that. Pretty cool story real quick. Not really that cool, but no, it is. So 93 season, Suns were killing it. I
Yeah.
mean, it was fun, you know? And my mom was dying at that time. She had cancer and she had fought it for probably a couple years by then because so in June of that year, and I don't remember dates, but I do remember this one. In June of that year, it was so fun. My whole family would get on my dad's waterbed and we'd all watch the Suns. And we should look it up, but when's the championship like month usually? It's June, right?
June.
So I'd love to know the date when they won that.
When the Bulls won?
No, yeah, when the Bulls won that in '93. Like what day that happened?
I'm working on it.
So I can't remember if it was before or after my mom passed, but as
June 20th, 1993.
is that right?
My sister's birthday.
So my mom died June 19th, and that makes sense. I couldn't remember because I know it was an emotional time for us, but I couldn't remember. That's insane, though. That means a day later, we watched the Suns win it, and that was cool for a little kid like me because it took my mind off that.
That's awesome. No, and that's why I love like the NBA, not for that particular reason, but I mean, it's just one of those games that you get drawn into.
Yeah, Trey actually got me back into the NBA. I didn't watch it for years and years, and you start watching, I was like, eh. And then I started watching. I'm like, wait, this is the same thing. I mean, you hear so many people talk about. I think we always do this with generations. You know, mine was better. But
Jordan, LeBron, Kobe,
right.
yeah.
There's a lot of that. If you want to go Jordan, LeBron, though, it's Jordan, Rick. That's right.
That's true.
Wait. You agree?
These days, I go back and forth, and it depends. It depends.
I don't even understand how LeBron's an argument. I think there are arguments over LeBron for the greatest. I think Hakeem Olajuwon. I know that sounds crazy. Olajuwon was insane. Or that's a stupid choice, but Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, like.
But the reason I go LeBron though, what LeBron has going for him is longevity.
He does now, that's for sure. I was thinking about that.
And not just longevity in terms of like, oh, he's been in the league 21 seasons. That's been done before. But he has dominated as the face of this league from day one. And 21 years later, with no like sexual allegations, no criminal record, he has just put his head down and he has played.
That's a good point. I don't know if you noticed in the first episode, but I can change my mind in about 4 seconds.
Of course.
I'm not changing my mind on this, but that's a good point in the fact that maybe he is number 2 for me. I didn't watch much of LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, I think that I think his career is pretty amazing, though. You know, well, it'll be interesting next year what they do, and it'll be interesting if he's injured half the season or whatever.
But yeah, so what I wanted to talk about here is the NBA Finals. In the Western Conference, the Suns are one of the top favorite teams. Not even just in the Western Conference, the entire NBA. The Suns are one of the top favorite teams to go. So recently, this past week, we've had a couple trades that shook up the NBA world, right? So we have Damian Lillard gets traded out of Portland, right? In a trade that the Suns helped facilitate in order to get.
That was more than a week ago.
I think it was last week. It might have been 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But at most 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha.
And so Dame goes to the Bucks. Drew Holiday goes to the Blazers. And then the Suns get Yusuf Nurkic, I think is his name.
Huh. Where's he from?
I'm not sure. But
that's interesting.
But looks like a good big man. Looks like he can bring a lot to this team. And the Suns also send DeAndre Ayton to the Blazers.
How tall is he? Not Ayton, but the other dude.
He's a center, so he's a big man.
Did you say? Okay, this is going to show my ignorance.
Yeah.
Did you say Ayton left the Suns?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Yep. Ayton got traded to the Blazers. That's how they helped facilitate the trade.
I-
And so, anyways, now
What do you
Suns-
think about that, Ayton going?
So contrary to what most of Arizona believes, I think Ayton was a good player.
No, he is.
And I think that he brought a lot of hype to this team in the sense of even if he wasn't playing well, there was just a general sense of excitement about him.
They
Yeah.
hyped him up too much almost. And I
No.
think that was what kind of. I mean, he was not that great last year, though.
No.
You know, but I don't know. I think it's kind of tough in this day and age to be a big man in the NBA because there's not that many good ones there, in my opinion. And then, from what I understand, like Giannis wants to leave the Bucks, right?
He's not super happy because they traded Drew, who was a good friend of his, to the Blazers.
Oh, really?
But
Was that was up?
so yeah, he wasn't happy. But really quick, sorry to cut you off. Then there was another trade involving the Blazers in which they sent Drew Holiday to the Celtics. So now the Celtics have a big three.
Are they stacked?
Right, with Drew Holiday, Marcus Smart. Is it Marcus Smart? No, I don't remember. But anyways, they've got Jason Tatum. And then
Jason Tatum's the only one I know out of those.
And then you have Philadelphia, who who knows what's going to happen with them, but they still have a lot of their same pieces. They look okay.
How has what's his face? What's his name on 76ers?
Joel Embiid.
How's he been? He killed it last year, I know.
Yeah. I think he's fine.
I mean, is he like MVP type of?
I mean, he won it last year.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm a little off here.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's the off season.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
I'm
know.
not sure exactly how he's doing.
How's he doing when he practices?
He's looking great. And no, so we.
Yeah, I don't know the NBA guys.
And then you have the Bucks, who now have Damian Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brooke Lopez, and Joe just fell out of his chair mid podcast. That was great. And
we got to make this video.
Yeah, we're gonna get Colby in on video, but yeah, and then they have Chris Middleton. So the East is looking stacked.
Is that right?
In the West, you have the Nuggets, who haven't really made a whole lot of moves, right? They want to keep that, for the most part, that championship contender core.
I think I'm going to keep acting like they're playing right now. So how are they doing, the Nuggets? Like, are they better than last year?
I would think so. No, I would.
Aren't they? Do you think they, like, Vegas has them as, like...
I think in the West, I would say it's probably the Suns. I haven't looked at odds, but I think Suns are probably the most favored team in the West.
Oh, wow. With, like, Bill or whatever?
With Bradley Beal, with Durant, Booker. Bol was a huge sign. So, yeah. Anyways, Bucks, Suns rematch in the finals.
That'd be interesting.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know about this new big guy with the Suns.
Nurkic.
So I think that's a big part of it, honestly. If that was really who was in the finals, I think we need a big man, you know? We have really struggled with Giannis, too, actually.
Yeah, Giannis, I mean,
he's.
I was happy to lose to a guy like Giannis, but yeah, I mean, how do you answer to that?
Yeah. So I don't really know. I'm just going to say Suns freaking in 4. That's what's up.
Suns in 4. Amen.
Word. Put it on. Put it on.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt.
All right, we've got 6 minutes until we run out of.
I'm a really quick wit. Did you see that?
Yeah. Okay, we have 6 minutes, like I said.
All right.
I have one pop culture discussion.
Oh yeah, so I like that.
So we had this come across my phone today. The first athlete to make the U.S. Forbes 400 list.
The first athlete to make the Forbes 100. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
The U.S. Forbes 400 list.
Oh, so like money-wise?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Jordan probably.
It is Jordan.
Yeah.
And I believe it's like a billionaires list. And so what do you think his net worth is now?
I go 2.2 bill.
That's pretty close. $3 billion.
Wow. I mean, well, he sold his team recently, and he made a lot of money on that. Like a lot.
276 million, I believe.
I wonder why he sold it, though. Obviously, probably not for the money, but I wonder if he was frustrated or what it was. Jordan's such a winner,
Yeah.
but he made himself $300 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the reason I brought that particular one into this, right, was I wanted to play the game of net worth.
All right. How many we got? Like 3 minutes
No,
left?
well, I was going to call it here, but just as a foreshadow for next week for our loyal listeners, right? Go ahead and email us at tendermerciespodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Give us a follow, Tender Mercies Pod on Instagram.
Don't quit sending inappropriate things, by the way, guys. Come on.
My wife goes through these.
Yeah.
She's sick and tired of
We
seeing.
don't need those pictures. We just don't need that.
No, we're happily married. So, anyways, go ahead and email us a couple names. Drop us a couple names in our DMs at Tender Mercies Pod on Instagram, and we'll go ahead and go through some of those names. I'm really excited that for the next time we record, we're not going to have any emails or any names. We're not going to have any submissions.
I got to do a shout out to Tom too. Hey, Tom.
Our biggest critic.
I want to keep doing shout outs. I always think that sounds so douchey.
Yeah. Well, let's do a shout out. I'm gonna shout out to my coworker Michael Cronin.
Hey, Michael, I heard you listen to the episode.
Yeah, he listened to the episode. He gave me some good critiques, a couple things for me to think on. So, Michael, I appreciate you.
We had one person listen, and we're shouting out to him.
Amen. Hey, it's the loyal listeners that keep us coming back. It's people like you who get us
Michael,
to keep coming back.
Thank you very much.
Michael, I appreciate you.
Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work. Later, Lobos.
Later, Lobos.